Alright guys, today we are going to do some organic speckled peas. I thought they were going to be done, but nope, I'm going to use the speckled, I guess. I went ahead and measured out, this is 50 grams. Normally I would do about 60 grams of a 10 by 10 tray. Since we're going to be using this Temu container after I clean it, we are going to do, it's like, I think around 9 point something by 11 point something. So I just went with 50 grams. I'm going to soak these for at least 6 to 8 hours. You know, depending on the page, some say 8 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours. Basically, it's just supposed to help with germination. So I'm going to get that going. I'm going to clean this. Normally, I would do this outside. My hose is broken, so we're going to do it in here. Not a big deal. And I didn't talk about before about sanitizing the trays. Some of these trays you can stick right into your dishwasher. I like to clean them. I have a dedicated brush that I use with them. And then I will typically spray them with food grade hydrogen peroxide. This is the one that I got off of Amazon. And you mix, I believe it's like 2 tablespoons with like 48 ounces. So I'm going to get this going. Well, I'm actually too considering on this mat, I would normally use soil and cococoir like I normally do with all my microgreens, but I'm thinking about doing half and half. Soil on and cococoir on one side and no grow medium on the other side. Seeds like dun or speckled peas, sometimes you don't, some seeds you don't really need a growing medium. They will just grow all by themselves. And because we're harvesting them at the early stages, at the micro stage, nutrients, providing nutrients isn't really a big thing because you're not going to be growing them to their full size. All right, let me get this clean. Let me get these soaking, and we will pick up this video in about 8 hours. All right, guys, I am going to use a microphone. Hopefully that will work. We are going to put these speckled peas into this container. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to try doing half with a soil medium. This is a soil I have not used before. I mentioned it before in another video. My husband got this on accident. I figured I would go ahead and try it out. I'm not going to be returning it, obviously. I've gotten too lazy. So we're going to try like 2/3 of them over here, and then we're going to try the seeds with no growing medium over here on this mat. I've personally never tried that before, but we're going to try it today. So these have been soaking only about 6 hours. You know, they recommend longer. I have done it for 6 hours before, no problem. Also worth noting, when I've shown this in my first video in my intro to microgreens, that typically you'll use a weighted blackout, and I might try to see if I can flip my lid over that came with it. If you remember, I put a piece of paper over the top of this to simulate a blackout period. But with the reason for the weighted, you're going to want some pressure on these to make them root. And again, I've not tried it without any medium. So like I said, we'll see if we can flip it over. I'll go get the lid after I'm done putting these on, and we'll see how it goes. But essentially, you're just going to, this is what speckled peas look like. All right, I've dropped a couple. Let me get those. I also already misted the soil a bit. You are definitely going to want to use a bit more water with the peas and sunflowers. They have harder holes. So, I mean, they have been soaking for 6 hours. I've seen people not soak at all, but I've always at least soaked 6 hours. As you can see, it is dark out. I try to plan and do it first thing in the morning, or let them soak overnight if I plan on doing it in the morning. Let me just start putting some over here. Yeah, they're going to just roll, aren't they? I forgot to flatten the soil with my let's see if I can come and do it now. how did I forget to do that? I usually do that before I put the seeds on and before I add any kind of moisture. If I get too many, sometimes I'll come in and move them around. Again, this usually takes less than 5 minutes. I've done much bigger trays, of course. Lately, I've been doing half and half of a 10 by 20 tray with half speckled peas and half sunflowers. We like to eat wraps and hamburgers with those on them, and of course the broccolis. And my husband really likes the salad greens too. They're a little spicy for me. I'm not a big spice gal. Okay. Get my water. So I'm going to give these more water than I normally would. This soil really seems to be more coconut coir. It's a seed starting mixture, so it really holds on to the moisture. And I'm going to have to be very careful to keep these moist. Now I'm beginning to wonder if I have seen it like this, because they really need to be kept moist, but we'll see. You can see this mat is holding onto the water. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not actually draining. That's interesting. I don't want them along the... I'm going to go find the lid. I'm going to give these another good soak. And I will be checking these in the morning, giving them another soak. Okay, I found my lid. Of course, the paper's on the outside, and I don't want to moisten the paper because I think it will just fall apart. Because I do want it inverted, and I am going to add some weight. I have a mess, but I have this, which is probably, I think, about 6 pounds, 7 pounds, that I'm going to put on. All right, so I took off all the paper except for this and the coiner. It's just on the side, so I think it's going to be okay. And pushing it down. We want it to be in blackout, so we're going to do that. And again, you'll leave this on probably for at least 3 days until they, I mean, these roots are strong. They can lift a brick up. And that's when you know the root structure is good. So we'll do this, and I'll water it every morning, and we'll check it. And this is a little bit longer than your broccoli microgreens, but we will check it out. I'm going to go put it on a shelf with no light inside, and we will check it. Okay, it has been almost exactly 24 hours that I have planted or put the seeds down for the speckled peas, I believe it is. Yeah, not done peas, speckled peas, but you can see already that they are germinating, even the ones over here. So they should eventually root down through the mesh plastic. I'm going to give them a nice little soak. I always like to go around the edges a bit more. Oh, I forgot my microphone. Oh well, next time. But anyway, I like to definitely get it there. And I'm going to turn it to a spray. This soil really seems to hold the water pretty good. All right, back into blackout, but yep, looking good. It's about what you would expect. Even the peas that are like broken open, they're rooting. All right, we'll check it in another 24 hours. Okay guys, it has been 48 hours. I'm gonna take it out of weighted blackout. Okay. Looking good. Sometimes you can move these around if they appear to be kind of ganging up on each other. I'll sometimes separate them if they're not too rooted. But let's see. Oops, sorry. Let me move this one over here. Okay, looking good. These are rooting well over here. Let me give you somewhere to go. It'll go down there. Oh, you're already down there. Sorry about that. Stick that back in the hole. All right. Let's give those a nice mist. I'd say these over here are maybe 80% germinated, which is actually surprising. It's about the same for over here. I don't know if it really needs that much moisture, so looks pretty moist. Okay. Back into blackout. There we go. And while we're at it, let's check the microgreen peas. Oh, look at that. And as you can see, these little runners, the roots go flying out, and they will, you can see them going down into the thing here. I'm still doing some top misting, but as the roots get underneath, we will water it from underneath. Let me see. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. Shoot. You know what? I'm gonna do some bottom watering. All right, I put some water. I didn't realize they were that deep already. And this one that's been getting the most light, you can see it is already sprouting. These other ones, I think, on this side, just need to get down into the water. Yeah, I'm gonna help you guys. I normally wouldn't do this, but I just rolled them. Yes, kitty. Look at those roots. You know what? I'm gonna mist them on the top as well. They don't get as much moisture over there, I imagine, so. All right, looking good. Let's put it back into blackout for probably another 2 days. And we're doing the weighted blackout. There we go. All right, check again. Okay guys, today is, let's see, it's Wednesday, December 6th. I took the weight off last night before I went to bed. Still, I know it doesn't look like much, but it is. So, I don't have too many, as many. I'd say about 90% germinated on the left, and about the same on the right. What's up? It actually looks over moist. I've never used this soil before, so yeah, but actually they all seem to be rooted. Well, even that one. Not that one. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let's take a look. Whoa. We got a cold snap last night. But look, those are the roots. And they aren't even really started growing yet. So we're gonna take them out of blackout today. This needs to dry up some. That's way too wet. All right. We'll see how it goes tonight. Check it tomorrow. Sweet, sweet. Hey guys. Well, it has been a while. I did a couple check-ins on this, but of course got busy with Christmas. As you can see, the soil side has done very well. No medium, no soil, no nothing. Not very well. I wouldn't even say, I don't know, maybe 50% actually germinated over there, but the rest of this is looking good. In fact, it needs to be trimmed because it's touching the lights. I'm gonna probably, yeah, you see these tendrils? Let's see, maybe it's better at this angle, but you can see all these tendrils coming up. That's when these are ready to be cut. Let's try it. Yummy. All right, we're gonna harvest these. So my conclusions, if you ignore it, it's not so bad. Oh, let's look at the roots. Uh-oh, we got a runner. I'll take care of you. Look at those roots. I need some more water, but I'll water it real quick before I harvest it. Let's look at this side. Look at those roots, guys. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it is like a carpet. Not so good on the no soil side. Not a good root system. I'll probably try again in another type container with no soil. I have seen them do well without any kind of medium, but for now, we're gonna harvest it. Looks pretty good. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. I just wanted to show how tall they really are compared to the lights. In fact, the dill is getting up there too, and I have now 2 slips coming on my sweet potato. Normally they would grow faster than that. I'm guessing it is the cold snaps. Anyway, I wanted to mention I'm going to be able to harvest this twice. I'm going to go ahead and harvest this and then let it grow again to this size, and then harvest it again, and then I'll put it out, but it'll grow a 3rd time too. I don't always care for the taste of the 3rd harvest. So just wanted to FYI, you don't have to throw some of these crops out or microgreens out after the 1st harvest. I think most of them you do, but stuff like peas, you can get 2 harvests. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it is chilly here in Florida. So yeah, I'm gonna harvest these today. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but they are definitely ready to go. Let's just do that real quick. And then I also wanted to say, did I mess it up? I did. Oy. No. I also wanted to say that I will not be using this soil again. It might be good for outside and for seed starting, but it really holds the liquid a little too well. And I overwatered it a bit in the beginning. So yeah, it's just, I got a couple in there I had to take out that were a little fuzzy. And as I've shown before, these over here, nah, I'm not even going to bother harvesting them. They really didn't grow too well. But look how much we have of these wonderful speckled pea sprouts. Yummies. They're great in wraps and things and sandwiches. Okay, so there's our Temu tray. And here are, look at the roots on that thing. Look at that. Now you can see over here where I didn't use any medium, there's like hardly any roots. But if you look here at the soil, that, my friends, that's some serious, oops. I'm going to keep it in because I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to do at least one more harvest of speckled peas. And those are my microgreens for the week. Okay.